Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July.
Eight-division world champion Manny Pacquiao is once again defying age and expectations as he prepares for a high-stakes comeback fight against rising welterweight star. Inside his intense training camp, Pacquiao is proving that his trademark, speed, relentless discipline, and warrior spirit remain as sharp as ever, with his sights set on redemption and legacy. This isn't just another bout, it's a powerful statement. Eddie Hearn believes that, despite his age, Manny Pacquiao still has the ability to defeat most welterweights outside the top 15 to 20 in the division, while he acknowledges that Pacquiao's skills have naturally declined due to age and inactivity. Hearn emphasizes that his vast experience and ring IQ continue to make him a dangerous opponent. From a commercial standpoint, Hearn sees value in a Pacquiao comeback, particularly against fighters like Mario Barrios.
147, kind of a weird spot right now. We're looking at Manny Pacquiao potentially facing Mario Barrios. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Do you think it's strange that he's coming off the couch and getting a title fight like that?
Who are talented but not on the elite level of champions like Terence Crawford or Jaron Boots Ennis. Still, he warns that Pacquiao's long layoff could affect his performance.
I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barrios is not Boots, and Barrios is not Crawford. And that's why, we pushed the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn, his best win is against Algieri or Van Heerden. So actually Pacquiao is a step up, and people were still complaining.
Pacquiao last stepped into the ring in August 2021, where he suffered a unanimous decision loss to Yordenis Ugas. Since then, he has remained inactive, a hiatus that promoter Eddie Hearn warns could pose serious challenges, especially for a fighter of Pacquiao's age at 46. Returning to peak physical form and competing with younger, active opponents is no small task. Still, Pacquiao's legendary experience and unmatched ring intelligence could give him a competitive edge. In the welterweight division, his planned comeback fight against Mario
Pacquiao is now planning to run for president in his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you.
The only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at, I think, 112, and went all the way up to
108 first.
Went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible. It's just...
I don't believe, I feel very comfortable and said I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title in July 2025 highlights his enduring drive to compete at the sport's highest level. However, the outcome remains uncertain, given the physical toll of professional boxing and the inevitable effects of aging. Pacquiao officially announced his retirement in September 2021, following his loss to Ugas and ahead of his campaign for the Philippine presidency in the 2022 Elections.
Never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather, Skip. I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades.
Yep.
Then 42. He cited the physical strain of boxing, such as recurring leg cramps during his final bout, as a key reason for stepping away, though driven by his deep love for the sport. He acknowledged it was time to focus on his health and new responsibilities. In his heartfelt retirement statement, Pacquiao said, "It is difficult for me to accept that my time as a boxer is over. Today, I am announcing my retirement."
In a world title fight against the WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios, date yet to be confirmed, venue yet to be confirmed, but it looks like it will be in July and in Las Vegas. Yeah, massive news announced yesterday by the WBC president, and you know, it was so out of left field. You know, Pacquiao hasn't fought professionally since 2021. That was 4 years ago. He was 41 at the time, and of course he lost to Yordenis Ugas, the very tricky Cuban fighter. Convincingly lost to Yordenis Ugas, and in that,
his departure marked the close of a 26-year career that saw him rise from poverty to become the only boxer in history to win world titles in 8 different weight divisions. Clips in a recent video segment, Stephen A. Smith shared his admiration for Manny Pacquiao, reflecting on the boxing legend's retirement with deep respect. He praised Pacquiao's extraordinary accomplishments, most notably his unprecedented achievement as an 8-division world champion, and underscored his global impact on the sport.
Pacquiao trying to hit a lick, you know what I mean? But Pacquiao not Pacquiao anymore. It's tough to go against him in this situation, because if it was some years ago, Pacquiao would beat Barrios. But right now, Barrios, with his momentum, might around and beat Pacquiao up. I mean, not knock him out, but you know what I mean, beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Smith also highlighted Pacquiao's rare ability to inspire, not just through his performances in the ring, but through his humility, work ethic, and service outside of it. Now, at 46, Pacquiao is set to make a stunning return to professional boxing, aiming to reclaim glory as he challenges WBC welterweight champion Mario.
Interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank and Pac.
Okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer than
Barrios on July 19, 2025, at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. This will mark Pacquiao's first fight since his 2021 defeat to Yordenis Ugas, ending a 4-year hiatus. The bout is tentatively scheduled, pending the outcome of Pacquiao's Senate re-election campaign in the Philippines on May 12. Barrios,
pound for pound, whoever lived. Think about, by the way, I don't think he wins that argument. Sugar Ray Robinson is safely ensconced in that position. But Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, whoever else you want to mention, put Pacquiao's resume up to those.
29 brings a record of 29 wins to losses and 1 draw. With 18 knockouts, he captured the WBC interim welterweight title by defeating Ugas in September 2023 and was elevated to full champion status in June 2024 after Terrence Crawford moved up to the 154-pound division.
Baseball players that I came across as a kid and thought, that's really smart. You have to rank them at their best and then also over the course of their careers. Because when you have that argument, are you talking about who accomplished the most or what heights did they reach? What peak did they reach? Take either for Pacquiao. Take his peak. Was it at 140 pounds?
Barrios successfully defended his belt in a split draw against Abel Ramos in November 2024. Pacquiao's comeback has sparked a range of reactions across the boxing